Okay, this is going to be week 8. So you can see that Monday is a bank holiday, Tuesday just medium impact, Wednesday FOMC, but only minutes, no conference or anything, so probably fine. Thursday 8:30 unemployment, Friday 8:30 high impact, 9:45 high impact, and then this President Trump speaks at 12:45, which is a little bit special because it was like a surprise. So I'm gonna be curious to see what happens there. Obviously, if I'm trading in real time, there is no way to know that this is gonna happen, right? And it's like I'm not sitting here refreshing Forex Factory. You know, they added it 42 minutes before release time, but it's like, come on, like that's not something that I'm going to know about. As far as the week goes, last week was an inside week, so we're definitely gonna be marking those like that. And as far as structure goes, it's a range. I mean, it's a range. What do you want from me? It's a range. There's actually really not much to say about it. So we just gotta get this going now, because you know, this Monday I'm obviously not trading. It's a holiday. Okay, but while we're waiting for this, I think we need to go over what I've learned from my previous experiences. The first one is basically read the room. You know, if your longs are failing, there's a reason for it. You know, look at the overall structure and don't get married to a bias. Don't basically just you're not even a bias, just don't try to fade everything, you know? Don't try to fade everything. Like this shit can trend. It can trend hard, much harder than I thought it would. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is you know, if you feel like you know where it's gonna go next, just take the trade. Just take the trade, you know? Just do it. Don't pussy out, just do it. Like if the structure looks good, I mean that's really the most important thing, is always look at the structure, you know, just focus on the fundamentals, focus on the structure in the price action. Like that's the most important thing. That's really the only important thing. Yeah, I'm not trading because it's a bank holiday. It does not feel like a good trading day. Just on principle, I'm not trading. Of course, like, oh, look at this, you know, well, it's equal low, so it's not that good, but yeah. You know, you could always argue that you should trade, but I'm just not gonna trade. It's a bank holiday. It's like a shorter trading day too. Look at this. It ends at 1 p.m. It just ends. Like I'm not interested in trading a market that randomly ends at 1 p.m. for some reason. Like, come on. This is so stupid. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. What else was there? I'm gonna manage my trades. So I'm gonna actually move the stop. I'm not closing early, but I'm moving the stop. And then another lesson which I learned was don't target too far out. Don't get greedy. You know, especially these mean reversion trades. Like, don't try to go for 4R on a mean reversion trade. Just go for your 1.5R. You know, just do it. Just do it. Unless it's really obvious, obviously, right? It's always situation dependent, but as a principle, you know, you want to get out at the first trouble area, like Tom Dante says. Because you're really just gambling if you're if you're going past the first trouble area. Like it might go, but come on. Okay, this was the day. I mean, it's fine. It's whatever. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. All right, that was the close for the day. There was a little gap here, very small gap. Closed here, went there. Wait, no, here. From here to there. Yeah, practically no gap at all. Okay, cool. So we have some more shit happening. Not really interested in trading this time of day. is kind of curious, you know, you do have a range here and you come in here, you dip it low, get above. Like you could definitely have longed here, stop here, TP here, you know, 1.5 or something, but it's just a few ticks, so it's not that good, you know. Let's just keep it going. Okay, now we get some movement, post-market movement. Okay, that's that weekly low, previous week's low coming in close. Obviously it was an inside week, so maybe there's gonna be some kind of potential for some, you know, something interesting. Definitely not looking too long until we've taken out this low, because I think it's very likely to get taken. If you look on the hourly here, it's not really that clean. If this candle closed like here, it would kind of be a breaker and you could try to long it, but nah, I still want to see this weekly low be taken. I just don't feel safe until it's been taken. Or until we trade like significantly higher, obviously. Which we do now. But you know, if you zoom out, like we're just kind of in the middle of the range between here and here. So there still just isn't really that much to do. You could definitely, you know, I actually think like if you look here, that is actually a pretty clean resistance. It's not bad. It's not bad. You have some support, resistance, support, resistance. You could potentially look to get in short somewhere around here and try to hold it for the swing. I wonder if this is shortable. Nah, it doesn't really. It doesn't really feel like it broke structure, like truly. It kind of feels like it's ranging. Like I don't know if I necessarily wanna. This would be the time to short. Hmm. Hmm. Honestly, I don't really know what to. I feel like everything points to us taking this low. You know what? I think I have to just. I think I have to just have balls and just take it. And then you know if you get just absolutely fucking dumpstered, then you get dumpstered, and that's part of life too, you know. Okay, seems I did get dumpstered. Yeah, I guess it wasn't so clean, but I just feel like you know, based on the hourly and the 1 minute and everything, yeah, I suppose I was wrong, but that's still useful information. More ranging, not really much to do here. If this just like sells off massively now, it's gonna be a little bit tilting, but we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna read the room and I'm gonna go ahead and not go for another another short. I mean, okay, this doesn't look that good anyways, but you know. Okay, so if you look here, like I mean, yeah, this was like the biggest argument for not shorting. That's a support zone. This is a good long. This right here. Let me just see exactly like. I almost kind of want to go for a new high here. It comes off of there. It's trading higher, higher, higher. No, no, this is good. This is fine. Or is it? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, unlucky. Is it still worth taking? Let's see. Mm, It's still coming. Yeah, I think it's still worth taking. Not. Wait, is it still worth? Is it still worth taking? It kind of feels like it still is worth taking. Like I feel like it's kind of still pretty good. Though I kind of feel like you have to be a little bit tighter. Okay, now it's not worth taking anymore. And we're in and out in the same. Well, do we exit or do we not? Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and exit. Because it just doesn't feel very strong. Yeah, good. Yeah, I don't like how it bounces first. Like if it goes straight in, it's fine, but if it bounces first and then comes in, it just feels much weaker. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I wonder if you could have potentially looked to short that. Nah, it's too unclear. It's just in the middle of the range. Well, actually, it's kind of near the range high. I don't know. I feel a little bit insecure now. I feel like this trade, I'm not so happy that I took it. Maybe I was just a little bit too excited to take a trade. And now I feel a little bit like unconfident, you know? I'm sure somebody can relate. I don't think we can really go shorting there. Kind of, would like to obviously, but there you go. That's previous week's low taken. And soon we have some news, probably. I think definitely we could long here though. Like this is definitely very clean. And we could very likely get at least in there. That's that 850. Okay, never mind. And I wonder, kind of curious, was there something up with this? No, it's just delayed. Okay, nothing too special. I was just wondering if there was like something, because it was definitely 8:30. Okay, well we're not off to the best start. I feel a little bit unhappy uh, with both of these, how it panned out, but that's okay. It's coming back way too aggressively. I wouldn't long that. Then it goes higher. We have the market open. Okay. And we drive higher. Coming into this resistance now. I actually think it might be worth drawing them as separate resistances, which might sound extremely stupid, but I actually think it's fine. We can just see how we react. That's kind of the whole point. I think this is quite okay. Again, like if you look on the hourly, it's still just making lower highs. I almost feel like we should be targeting perhaps here, like near the range low. I honestly feel like it's fine. Well, it does go there, but yeah, unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, no pullback. Maybe you could have honestly already shorted this, just because it's coming off of the hourly level, right? Oh, fuck. Guess what I forgot to do. Okay, well, the extended hours was already up to here, so it didn't take out the overnight. Although you could argue maybe overnight actually starts at midnight. I honestly don't know. I've just been drawing it that way the whole time, but like this is a pretty obvious like swing high to be going above and then rejecting. Okay, well, bit of a tough start so far. But that's okay. big swing both directions. Already we're kind of having to scroll around quite a bit. I do wonder actually if now that we like rejected it once, I wonder if we could actually short here, stop here, and just target way lower. I actually wonder. I wonder if we could. I'm not sure. Okay, well, good thing I didn't. I honestly feel like this is also fine. I feel like this is probably something that we are supposed to do. But now I'm gonna be quite precise and only target to fill in this gap here. We're not gonna go past that. Wonderful. Okay, that's good. That's good. A little bit of confidence restored. Just a little bit of confidence restored. Yeah. Again, like overnight, I'm kind of getting my ass kicked overnight. There might be something to that, you know. There might be something to that. It might be that it's not really the best. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Need more data. I mean, I need 3 months or something worth of data probably in order to be able to actually say for sure. Okay, so again, like look at this lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Like yeah, we swiped above, but you know what I wanna do? You know what I wanna do? This is what I wanna do, and I'm gonna do it. Because I'm not going to I'm not gonna make the mistake I made previously, where I assumed that the market wouldn't trend. I'm not gonna make that mistake. So I'm gonna assume that the market will trend. And I'm gonna say fuck it. This looks bearish as fuck. It retested this. Maybe I should short. Should I be shorting this? Let's stop about there. Well, that tagged us in. I'm still not so sure about this, but I feel like we kind of did just like accept prices lower and it's a pullback, but it's yeah, not great. That was me coping in real time, by the way. Like it's grinding higher. It's grinding higher into your entry. That's not a good sign. Wait, did I forget at some point here to move the stop? Hold on. Well, there I got out right away. There I shorted here and also got out right away. Okay, I haven't forgotten to move the stop yet. That's good. No, I mean I wasn't gonna do it here either, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, that's not optimal. Maybe beneath previous week's low, it's a little bit more, you know, aggressive. Or maybe not. I'm not so sure. I honestly don't know. Maybe it was still fine. Well, that's definitely bullish. Man, this market will fuck you up. This market will fucking ruin your life. I swear to God. Okay, so we broke above here. We can go higher. There's not much resistance. There's this, but I don't think it's that good. I mean, really, like, if it's gonna trend, it's gonna trend. That's the high. That is the high. But now again, it's like this is actually pretty clean, I think, for a short. I actually like this for a short. Let me go ahead and short this. This is kind of a classic range, isn't it? I think it is. I feel so insecure. I really do. I actually feel quite bad. I don't really feel like I'm very confident in my trading, which is kind of a bad thing. Fun fact, you should be confident in trading. Who would have thought? We can move the stop to here because we could have moved it. No, we couldn't really already move it there, but now that it's made this low, we can move that, and so that's really good. That's gonna help us a lot. You know what? I think I fucked up. I think I fucked up. I think I should have respected this little block. I was like, nah, nah, no way. But I need to stop here because I need to have moved the stop. Yeah, I'm supposed to get out here. I should have moved the stop to there. I wasn't reacting fast enough. Yeah, yeah. Move the stop. Move the stop. Move the stop. And that's the reason that you move the stop. That's the reason. I wonder, like, is this? I don't think it's quite bullish enough. Like, we haven't really seen enough lower highs, higher. We haven't seen enough higher lows yet to be able to actually long this. But I kind of would like to hold on. No, but I mean, look on the hourly. Look on the hourly. On the hourly, isn't this a range? Didn't we deviate the low? Aren't we going to the equal highs? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on, you guys. Come on. Fuck. And this is an example where actually I wouldn't, if I hadn't moved the stop. Yeah. If I hadn't moved the stop, it would have actually hit the full TP as well. That's a little bit unfortunate. That is a little bit unfortunate, but I actually think that I probably should have TP'd lower. Or higher, I mean. I think I probably should have. Almost certainly I should have. Anyways, now we're in the middle of the range. We're in the middle. If it just like sends it, now I'm gonna be a little bit sad. I am going to be a little bit sad if it just sends it now. This was the exact type of trade setup that I didn't take last time around. So I'm gonna take it now if I get the entry. This is kind of like a Tom Dante style setup, except instead of this being the hourly, it's the 1 minute. You could argue that you could long this breakout here, stop here and just go higher, because it is kind of a breakout, but no. Not on the ES, it ain't. Okay, I would long here. Just full on. Yeah, this is enough evidence for me. It really hasn't been working, huh? It really hasn't been working. Maybe there's a sign there. Maybe there is a sign there. Jesus Christ. It has not been working. And now we're coming off of. This is kind of like it kind of feels like the same mistake that I made earlier, where it's like you long you fail, you long you fail. I I I genuinely thought that this was like a really good opportunity to get in before it sends it higher, but it just didn't. But honestly, I still think this is decent, and I know it's like this is kind of giving me flashbacks to the previous or to the first week, unfortunately. But well, we'll see. We'll see. Man, I really feel like all of those setups were honestly like not that bad. I mean, okay, this was maybe a little bit hasty. I got a little too excited here. feel like all of these setups were fine. Like if as long as you assume that the bias is bullish, but it feels like it is. It feels like the bias is bullish. Man, that really sucks because I feel like I didn't trade that poorly, right? I think. But I'm like down and I'm probably down a pretty good amount too. It's only been one day, but like that's quite many losses to be honest in a row. That's what, 3 losses in a row? And then a fourth one there. That's 4 losses in one day. I mean, if I quit the trading day after 2 losses, then, you know, it would have been quite good, but yeah, Jesus. Hmm. Don't feel too good about that, to be honest. I mean, I get it, everybody has bad days, but I do know that there are some people that quit uh, after they have 2 losses. I know that there's some people like that. And you know, Tom Dante has said many times that a trading day that starts bad almost inevitably gets worse, while a trading day that starts good almost inevitably keeps getting better. And so I do kind of believe, that. That seems to be the case. We might need a rule. I mean, I'm completely open to the idea of taking a rule on that says, hey, if you have 2 losses, just stop. Just fucking stop. Like, just give up, bro. I'm very open to that. I think that could be very good potentially. But let's see. I don't even know, probably like 100 ticks down or something on the day. That's not great, is it? Okay, it's 2 a.m. the next day. Let's go ahead and just look at the daily. I still think that high is a good target. Not much else has changed. If we look on the hourly, like not really that many good levels, to be honest. Crazy shit happening at 3 a.m. I think Tom might be right. Maybe it's best to just not trade after that kind of experience. Okay, we take out the high. So I mean, I guess I was right about the eventual direction, but yeah, this sucks. This really sucks. Man, that is hard. Inside hour, inside hour. Get beneath the low. I think we can long this. I actually think we can. And target the high. Nope. Nope, nope. Wasn't a big loss, but nope. Doesn't really feel that bearish. I don't really feel like shorting this yet, to be honest. Kind of feel like, well, it's kind of choppy, middle of the range type shit. Okay, 730. Massive sell-off. Not much I can really do about that, I don't think. Wait, this is a good level. I missed this. Look at this. It's your boy. Not really anything good to trade off of here though. Like I don't really want to trade off of this just alone. Chop chop. We get the 8:30 news. What was it? Uh, just some random medium impact shit. Then it probably doesn't matter. support is no longer too relevant. There just wasn't really like a tradable bounce there. Okay, now the market's gonna open soon anyways. I'm not really interested. Even though we did take out that low, which is, clean. But like I said, 9:30. Yeah. Yeah, not making that mistake again. Okay, so we open here, aggressive move lower, aggressive move higher. Higher prices are sticking so far, but we don't know for sure. I kind of wonder, hold on, let's see. So, no, it's still ranging. It's not really that clean of an uptrend. I wouldn't really call it an uptrend, and you still have like lower highs here. I wouldn't really like. I was thinking maybe you could long here, stop there, TP way higher, but no. Yeah, it's still pretty shit. Just kind of choppy, 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 and it is going higher. I mean, this was the idea, right? Okay, so to be honest, I would have had to stop there. And then TP, like way the fuck higher, basically. Like maybe like here, right? And so the idea is just like, okay, we tried lower, we failed, we went higher, we accepted. We're at like hourly support here. We've had some aggressive moves higher recently. I would move the stop there. And yeah, well, that's yeah. I mean, yeah. It feels like sometimes I take trades that are like so questionable, like this, and I feel confident. And then sometimes there's setups like this, and I just feel so unconfident. And I don't. I feel like it's especially near the open. I feel quite unconfident. I just feel, for some reason, I feel more confident in. This is something. I feel more confident in overnight trading. I feel more calm. Whereas near the open, I'm more anxious to trade. Like I don't want to trade. Anxious to trade is the wrong way of saying it, but like I don't wanna. But then I feel confident doing something like this in overnight, which is terrible. Isn't that interesting? Like, yeah, maybe I just shouldn't trade overnight. I'm not gonna trade overnight for the rest of the. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it maybe isn't working so well for me to trade overnight. Okay, so we're running into this. We're running into some clusters here. I don't think we really wanna. I mean, you could definitely long here and just like try to send it higher. Hmm. Is this bullish enough? You know what? I think it is bullish enough. I think that we can go here. Let's see if we can find like just based on the volume profile. Let's see if we can. Okay, these levels are all pretty equal. Well, yeah, it's a little unfortunate. I just didn't quite have the right level. I wouldn't long it now if it came back. I feel like it's too, yeah. But it also didn't hit the TP. But I mean, I would have moved my stop to here. Taken out for a small profit. Okay, so now it's going sideways, 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 which it tends to do, this time of day. Kind of a classic day, right? Open chop, big move, sideways, right? That's very, very, very classic. Okay, we can actually come lower from here. We're coming into support. I don't really want to shorting this. I don't really want to be longing this. Just kind of feels a little bit shit. So we can just wait. It's not really bullish enough yet. Yeah, good thing I didn't trade it. It's not really clearly bullish, it's not really clearly bearish, I just feel. I mean, okay, I guess maybe I could have short, but it's like this is an SR level. I don't think it's really fair to be like, oh, you should have known. You should have known that the SR wasn't gonna work. Like, come on. You never know that. It does just grind lower against the SR, so I do feel like maybe you could argue like, look, it's clearly not holding, but no, it did hold after all. Yeah, it would have been very hard to trade. I don't really think there's much to do. Yeah. Okay, so Thursday and Friday, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just not trade overnight, and we'll see if I do better, if I feel more, if I feel more refreshed or something. I don't know. I mean, I know it shouldn't matter, but I feel like it might. I feel like it might. Because my confidence near the open is very low. But it's like, obviously I'm not trading the first couple of minutes because that's ridiculous, but 15 minutes in, I think you can trade it. I think it's okay. Yeah, that would have been a fantastic setup. Well, I don't know about fantastic, but I think it's one of those things where it's like when you feel a certain way about the market, when you're like, hey, look, low, higher low, target. Wait, that wasn't even the target, was it? Hold on, what was the target? Oh, I was just targeting like this swing low or something, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the target. It's kind of subjective, but even if you trail your stop, you get, if you trail your stop, you get taken out like here or something for like 3 hour. Like that's incredible. I mean, that's fantastic. What was it here? Like that's insane. Like that's ridiculous. Okay, I didn't have the correct stop, but still, like, come on, look at this. I feel like I should trade during pre-market though, because what I should do is I should uh, collect more data on like, does this shit work? you know? But then again, I think, if you're spending this much time looking at the chart during the actual trading hours, maybe that's time better spent, than looking at it during pre-market. Okay, so this is grinding higher. I would not be shorting this, even if it broke lower here off of some, imaginary resistance. You could long here. You actually could. But the problem is, where do you TP? Like, do you TP here? It's not that good. The reason why you long is simple. Zoom out. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, grind higher. Let's even say maybe you long here instead. Hmm. To be fair, I mean, it would have already made 2R. Like, it's actually not bad. it's still a pretty damn good trade. But at least it didn't hit that level, right? I'm trying to like justify in my head not trading during pre-market. Yeah, It's pretty clean. It's pretty clean because if you zoom out, it's pretty clean. But I mean, this is kind of too, like low, higher, low, higher, low. Some crazy shit happening, but still like if you look at this, look at this. Here's the open. We spend a lot of time beneath. We reject it. We go higher. We retest. Like we reject the lows. We accept the highs. I think it's kind of typical. It's kind of typical, and with the higher lows in the market, you know how it is. You know how it is. Besides, I would have moved the stop here anyways, even if I had target further out. But okay, okay. Grind lower. I can just let it play. I mean, I'm not gonna trade this. I'm just not gonna do it. This was an inside bar. Almost pains me not to trade it, but there was no setup anyway, so whatever. Dum dum dum. I kind of feel like this is like blindingly obvious to go short. Like not even looking at any specific candlestick, just looking at the general shape of the price action. But we don't get it. No entry for us. That's that 8:30. Was it unemployment? Yep. Yep. No trading in pre-market. And also no trading first couple of minutes, but we will see what happens. We do have a range here. But we do have, let's look at the daily again. Nothing too clean. We have some lows here. We have the pre-market lows. We have the pre-market highs. I haven't been marking these out. I'm gonna do it now. I don't think that they were like too relevant previously. I think it's fine. Okay, so 9:30. 9:30 rolls around. That's definitely the 9:30 candle. Okay, aggressive move higher, attempted. Aggressive move lower, attempted. Can we just long this? Here's the question. Here's the gorillion-dollar question. Can we just long this right here? Can we just do this? And just go into range midpoint? Like in my system, technically no, but I feel like it could be decent. Jesus Christ. Well, I guess it's a good thing I didn't take it. That's crazy. And it does grind higher. What was my target? I mean, it's crazy, but yeah, there you go. Oh wait, hold on. This was during the open. This was during the open, and I was again unconfident to take it. Oh my god. I think I'm noticing a pattern here. I think that during the open, if you see a good chance, like take it. I think that's the moral of the story, because that's the mistake that I made during the previous. Hold on, I kind of want to go back. Okay, this is irrelevant, but like I have to go back. So here on Wednesday, I wanted to short here, but I just didn't have the balls, right? And then it sold off, and it hit TP and everything within like a couple of minutes after I didn't have the balls to take it. Tuesday was shit, and then on Monday there was a trade that I was too unconfident to take, and it was also near the open. It was also just betting on a large move higher. If you look, 9th of February, higher low, 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 higher low. Yeah, wow. That's actually kind of depressing, but also kind of funny that it's the same. Same one problem. Same one problem. That's funny. Okay, not really interested. Kind of in the middle of the range, kind of insane and choppy. Man, man, oh man. Yeah, it's the yeah. Okay. That's yeah. Wow, 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 wow. It's funny because I feel like I haven't done anything hilariously wrong, but the results are terrible for this week. But I did actually I should have quit on there, and probably maybe if I didn't trade pre-market, maybe I would do better. But it's so funny that Wednesday and Thursday had both the same issue, which is like near the open. I just didn't have the balls. This is obviously the worst range I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, this is horrible. This is like actually one of the most gross things I've ever seen. Um, we get near the low. I wonder if we could just like hold this. Hold on. Would this be a good risk reward? Yeah, it's fine. We can even go there, I think. It's near the range low and it's, nope. It's kind of a V reversal to be fair. Wow, yeah. Stops by one tick and then, yeah. I guess I got in too early. I mean, yeah. Okay, well, now it's in the middle of the range again. Man, this has been so, like, my expectations for this week were so high and it's been so rough. Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. This is not shortable. Yep. And that's that. Chop, 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 chop. Man. Man, this week has been terrible. Like, really terrible. And if I had taken, like, this trade and that trade, I mean, my god, it would have been amazing. Yeah, I need to get more confident at trading during the open. I truly, truly, truly do. Hmm. This feels kind of fun. I mean, okay, it's not that clean. It's just not that clean. I, I mostly just wanted to take a trade, to be honest. Because I was a little bit mad about having missed the previous one. Was this an inside day? No. But we can get rid of this and this and this. It's a little bit more rangy now, it's not really like a clear trend. Maybe it is best not to just like straight up not trade pre-market. Maybe it is, maybe it is. But I don't know for sure. That's the thing, is I don't know for sure, but we'll see, we'll see. $8.30, advanced GDP, sure. Okay, we're kind of chopping near the open. We did just run this low, which was not, I mean, this was technically the overnight hours low, and this was the overnight hours high. Okay, big move higher, very big move higher. Now we have to see if it accepts higher. Crazy moves, not really something that I would trade. Not really the kind of level that I would long. Now it's just back in the middle of the range. And we do pop the overnight highs. We do pop them, but there wasn't really any way for me to get long here. I don't think so, at least. Okay, well, there won't be a trade for a little while because the market is crazy. I mean, could you long here, stop here, TP somewhere, maybe, but come on. I mean, this is ridiculous. Not really interested in trading this. It's climbing higher. Okay, it's only made higher lows the whole session. I'm watching, I'm listening. Listen and learn. It's pulling back. We're still just in this massive range from this super big aggressive move. Off of this into this, you know what, I think this is perfectly fine. This is still like a higher low than this. Like, I just think it still kind of qualifies as an uptrending day. Wait, what? Oh, no. I was like, what? How far are we targeting? Wait, do we want to target that? Do we want to target past it? Hold on, this is, let's investigate. Let's investigate. So starting with this whole leg up and everything. Yeah, we can definitely move it to like here-ish. I think that that's completely fair. I think it is bullish, right? I think it is strong, and I think it makes sense to be, you know, confident. Well, that's terrible. And, well, not only is it terrible, but I should have. I forgot to move the stop. I forgot to move the stop. Yeah, I should have moved it there. Yeah, well, did I target too far? Should I have targeted middle of the range? No, I don't think it's realistic. I just thought it would be more bullish. And I mean, yeah, it's coming off of this now, so maybe, maybe long here. But I just like didn't, for some reason, I just like didn't. I'm so tired at this point. I'm so annoyed with this, with how this has gone, that I just like didn't. But this is actually like kind of okay. It was also an inside bar, by the way. This is like, unfortunately, I feel like relatively confident that this is just. I mean, okay, I could have longed again on the retest. Definitely could have. Maybe it's good I didn't. When was the Trump speech? Like in here? It hasn't really done anything yet. Well, okay, maybe there's some like, oh look, it was announced. It was announced. You know, it was announced here, and that's why it started selling off. Like maybe, but come on, you can't really blame Trump on all of your problems in life. And there you go. Yeah, I mean it's yeah, yeah, yeah. It's coming off the hourly support. I just I think maybe this was not quite the best time of day to be doing this. You know, I already did 2 weeks. If I was taking my time and if I was patient, then I would have unnoticed like, oh look, breaker, we want to mark this out. Oh look, it's a good level to long. But it's like I just yeah, man, man. I have a long way to go. You know, I have a really long way to go. But I think that I have some more evidence. I mean, let's see. I'm gonna be down like an absurd amount, like 2K. Yeah, and well, I'm gonna take this as evidence. You know, I'm gonna take this as evidence, and I'm gonna take it as evidence that perhaps I shouldn't be trading it overnight. Perhaps I shouldn't be. But also, I think I was just too tired. Frankly, I think I was just too tired because, I mean, some of these trades were terrible. Some of these trades were really fucking terrible. And like, yeah, I mean, me just not really paying attention to like, you know, and also this, to be fair, like this, I just didn't know. I just didn't know, but now I know. And now I think it's good. And now this is something that I want to do, you know. This is something that I want to do now in the future. Like it rejects the lows, and this was the 19th. It rejects the lows, it rejects the swing low, trade into the highs. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous like this, but I actually do like it. Man, oh man. And then this is just a retest of an hourly level and a 1 minute entry. Very clean entry. I mean, the day is technically not over yet, but come on. Technically, it's not over. We can see. Would you long this? No, no, I wouldn't. It's an inside bar as well, the previous bar. And it will remain as such. Okay, that's it. That's the week. I'm down a lot, like 150 ticks or something. I mean, did I have how many winners to losers? Did I have one win? Two winners, 8 losers, and 1 break even. Yeah. And I missed this, and I missed this, and I missed this. So it seems like, especially near the open, I need to have more balls with executing. That's the lesson I'm gonna take from this week. And also perhaps I shouldn't be trading overnight. Let's add the trades to the edge wonk and let's check the overnight versus live stats.